Hi guys, welcome back to my channel 32 Happy Teeth. Today we will be learning Applegate's rules for Kennedy classification. But first, let us understand why do we need Applegate's rule when we already have a Kennedy classification system which is the most widely used. Because it is difficult to apply Kennedy's classification to every clinical situation. Hence, Applegate provided 8 rules to govern the application of Kennedy's system. So, there are 8 Applegate's rules to govern Kennedy. So, we will be studying all of these rules in detail. So, let's start the video. Rule number 1. Classification should follow rather than precede any extractions of teeth that might alter the original classification. That is, suppose a patient comes to you for an RPD and there is already an edentulous space present. So do not start with classifying his or her arch. First, check that if that patient needs some extraction. And if there is any extraction required, first go for the extraction, and once you are done with the extraction, then examine the edentulous spaces and the dentulous spaces and then classify his or her arch. So you can see that in this particular diagram, this is the edentulous space that a patient already has. And on the left side, all of these 3 extractions are required. So before these extractions, when the patient comes, this is an ideal class 3 Kennedy. But once you are done with the extraction of all these 3 molars, you will be left with Kennedy's class 2. So, classification should follow rather than precede any extraction. In this case, class 3 became class 2 after extraction of all the 3 molars of one side. Now let us move on to rule number 2. Rule number 2. If a third molar is missing and not to be replaced, it is not considered in the classification. See, in this particular diagram, a patient comes with this edentulous space. And on the right side, there is a third molar missing, whereas a third molar is present on the left side. So, if you don't intend to replace this third molar, then you don't have to consider this third molar in the classification. So now move on to rule number 3. The rule number 3 states that if a third molar is present and is to be used as an abutment, it is considered in the classification. See, in this diagram, this is the edentulous space and a third molar is present on both the sides. And we intend to use this third molar as an abutment. So, this third molar will be considered in the classification. But if this third molar would not have been present, it would have been absent, and we would not intend to replace this third molar, then this Kennedy will be class 2 instead of class 3. Now let us move on to rule number 4. So, rule number 4 is very similar to rule number 2. It states that if a second molar is missing and is not to be replaced, it is not considered in the classification. That is, in this diagram, you can see that on the right side, only the first molar is present. And we don't intend to replace the second molar. Hence, a second molar would not be considered in the classification system, and this arch would be classified as class 3 Kennedy instead of Kennedy's class 2. Now let us move on to rule number 5. Rule number 5 is the most posterior edentulous area or areas always determines the classification. That is, the most posterior edentulous areas. In this particular diagram, you can see that there are 2 posterior edentulous areas. See, these are the 2 posterior edentulous areas, and hence these areas will determine the classification instead of the edentulous area which is present at the front. The front edentulous area will be considered as the modification instead of determining the classification. So now we are done with rule number 5. Let us move on to rule number 6. Rule number 6 is edentulous areas other than those determining the classification are referred to as modification spaces and are designated by their number. You can see that in this diagram, as stated by rule number 5, the most posterior edentulous areas will determine the classification, but the anterior portion, edentulous portion, will be considered as the modification, and they will be designated by their number. Suppose if there are two modification spaces, then it will be like 2 modification, mod 1, mod 2, and the most posterior one will be class 1 Kennedy, class 2 Kennedy, class 3 Kennedy. Now let us move on to the rule number 7. Rule number 7 is the extent of the modification is not considered, only the number of additional edentulous areas. You can see that it doesn't matter how long or how much extended the edentulous space is. Okay, we do not count the number of teeth that is missing. We only count one unit of edentulous area. Suppose in this diagram, you can see that here, this is your central lateral incisor and this is your canine. So your first premolar, second premolar and first molar is missing. But are we counting it as 1, 2, 3 edentulous? No, we are counting it as one single unit. That is, there is one edentulous area here and this is our second edentulous area. Similarly, here only one teeth is absent. So we are not counting it as one teeth absent and here over here 2 teeth are absent, that is second and third molar. So this is 1, 2 and 3. No, this is one edentulous space. So this is second edentulous space. So we are counting the edentulous space as units instead of the number of teeth that is missing. Now let us move on to the last rule, that is rule number 8. Rule number 8 is there can be no modification areas in class 4 arches. The other edentulous will have to be posterior to this edentulous space and will hence determine the classification. See, this is a common sense point. We have already learned in rule 5 that the most posterior edentulous area or areas will determine the classification. Then how come there will be any modification areas in class 4? Because the class 4 is the single bilateral crossing the midline edentulous space. Since it is already present in the most anterior, there will not be any modification spaces in class 4 Kennedy system. The modification spaces will only be present in class 1, 2 and 3. So with this, we are ending our Applegate's rule. These are the 8 Applegate rules which are governing the Kennedy classification system. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, then please hit the like button and share it with your friends. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I post a new video, you get a notification. I also conduct weekend quizzes every Saturday, Sunday on my Telegram channel. So do not forget to check the description box for the Telegram group link. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.